Today we're talking about the brand new Sirui Sniper Autofocus Prime set. Now to start off with this being the first video of 2024, I want to take a quick second and say Happy New Year. I hope you guys had an amazing time celebrating the new year and ringing in the new year with friends or family. I know I did, and so I hope you did as well. Happy 2024. And for the first video of the new year, we are talking about the Sirui Snipers, which is Sirui's new autofocus prime set. Now, before I give you my thoughts on these lenses, I do want to give a special thanks to lensrentals.com. I actually sold my Fuji X-T3 a couple weeks ago, and so lensrentals.com was really helpful and really kind to be able to collaborate with me on this review to supply a camera to test out these lenses so I can provide some samples for you. And so a special thanks to lensrentals.com. We'll talk more about them at the end of the video. And so with that, let's go into my thoughts on the Sirui Snipers, starting first talking about the image performance of these lenses. Now this lens set does consist of a 23mm, 33mm, and 56mm, all at f1.2. Now these are aps-c lenses, and so that is going to be a full frame equivalent of 35mm, 50mm, and 85mm, which in my opinion is a great starting point for people that are looking at purchasing prime lenses. And so with the set, you do have a good range of focal lengths, but you also have the f1.2 aperture, which is going to give you some really good shallow depth of field and low light performance. Now, while I personally was not a fan of the image at f1.2 wide open, I did find the sweet spot for myself was f2. If you're around f2, things start getting a little bit more sharp and you start getting a really good, nice, clean image. Now, the big kicker with these lenses is that they are autofocus lenses, and I did find that the autofocus was really snappy and reliable, even with the X-T30. Again, this is an older Fuji camera, and being able to use single shot autofocus to acquire focus reliably and fast is a testament to how good the autofocus on these lenses are. Now with these lenses, you are going to see some chromatic aberration. I will say the 23 and the 33 are a little bit more controlled in my opinion than the 85. The 85 and some of the shots that I had, it was just a lot of chromatic aberration, but again, they're ultra budget lenses, and so that should not be a huge surprise having the presence of chromatic aberration. Now, in talking about consistency, very similar to the Nightwalker cinema lenses, I found that the 23mm is a little bit warmer than the other two lenses. That's something that we saw with the Nightwalker cinema lenses earlier this year, and again, that is something that is present with the Snipers as well. Now, talking about consistency with the Nightwalker cinema lenses, I did find that the minimum focusing distance on these lenses are not great. That's one thing I really didn't like about the Nightwalker cinema lenses, is the fact that you don't have great minimum focusing distance. So know that's the same thing going into the Sirui Snipers. But beyond those couple negatives, just like the Nightwalkers, I was really happy with the overall image performance. Once I started stopping down to f2 or f4, I really was happy with the image performance of these lenses and what I was able to produce with these lenses. And so with that, let's go over and talk about the build of these lenses. The biggest selling point for me with these lenses is the consistency of size as well as filter thread size. And now I'll put specifically on the screen what the overall size and weight of all three lenses are. The lenses do consist of a plastic body, which does ultimately keep it a little bit more lightweight. And so for me, these lenses are great for gimbal use because of the overall size and weight of the lenses. Now these lenses are currently offered for Fuji X mount, which I'm personally testing these on, as well as Sony E mount and Nikon Z mount. Now being primarily an L mount user, I really wish these were available in the L mount, but knowing the L mount is mostly full frame, I can see why it was not included in the initial batch of release of these lenses. But hopefully one day we'll see these lenses come to Leica L mount. The lenses themselves are very simplistic on how they're designed. The only thing that you really have on the lens is a physical focus ring and a USB-C port on the mount itself for firmware updates, but otherwise there's really nothing else to notate with the physical features of these lenses. And so with that, let's talk about who these lenses are for and would I recommend the Sirui Snipers. Talking about who these lenses are for, I really do think that if you enjoyed the overall optical performance of the Sirui Nightwalkers, but you want the convenience of autofocus lenses, these are absolutely ones I would check out. That's kind of the no-brainer group of people I would recommend these lenses to. Now, on top of that, if you are in the group of people that are looking for ultra budget lenses with consistent size and weight, being lighter lenses maybe for gimbal use, then that is also who I would recommend these lenses for. And so with that, if you do find yourself in either one of those groups, you like the performance of the Nightwalker cinema lenses and want the convenience of autofocus, or you just want a good ultra budget option for gimbal lenses, these are definitely ones I would consider and would absolutely recommend checking out. While these lenses by no means are perfect, they are really good ultra budget options for certain scenarios. And so if those scenarios fit your needs, I would absolutely say and recommend to check out the Sirui Sniper Prime Set. And so that's it for me. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did enjoy the video, make sure to give it a like. And if you're digging the overall content from the channel, consider subscribing. And again, if you are in need of renting camera gear, definitely check out lensrentals.com. Lensrentals.com has been my go-to for the last few years. And so if you do have rental needs and if you want a really good catalog of gear as well as fast turnaround time for your rental gear, I would definitely check out lensrentals.com. I want to thank them for collaborating with me on this video. And again, if you do check them out, make sure you use the code AnsonCo15 at checkout for 15% off your rental. And with that, as always, thank you guys for joining. Go and find your journey. Go embrace life. Peace.